What's the word, y'all? My name is Jaden Ray, General Joiner, your host of the General Thoughts Podcast, where I will be sparking intriguing and enjoyable conversations concerning wellness, social constructs, and progression with myself and, of course, occasional guests. So grab some friends, catch a vibe, and listen to these general thoughts. What's the word? What's the word, General Thoughts audience? It is your host, Jaden Ray, General Joiner, coming at you guys once again with another episode. Excited to be back. Trying to get used to this looking at a camera thing. I'm used to just looking at my laptop and going on with my conversation, going on with my topic. So bear with me as I try to maintain my contact and maintain just maintain the conversation. Engaging, I guess, is what it's called. But this time around we coming solo. So a solo episodes mean that I'll probably be reflecting on personal experiences, things that I've learned, things that I feel like, others should know, things that I feel like deserve a platform. And yeah, y'all know me. I'm gonna jump right into it. And my theme or my topic is almost there. And kind of like what comes next. And I've been kind of thinking about this since I've been like moving into this semester. About to journey into my last year and then the upcoming fall. And with looking at that, I kind of just been doing a lot of reflecting over the years, things I've learned, how far I've come, how do I feel, what's next, all of that. And I think it's because I've done a lot of growing up in these last 3 years. And by growing up, I mean just trial and error and error and error. But you can look at it like that, or you can look at it like, oh, I've been able to go through a lot. I've been able to overcome a lot. I've been able to gain a lot. You feel what I'm saying? So kind of just reflecting over those years and taking what I've been given, taking what I've done, and gauging everything and laying everything out and putting it all there. And so with that, I want to just kind of go down, the struggle, the growth, and the pivotal moments. Yeah. And so starting off, coming in, I really didn't know what to expect. I came in the summer before the school year started in the fall and August. So I came in around June. I did the summer bridge program. And what the summer bridge program was, it was a group organization, foundation on campus that gave minorities who were majoring in engineering the chance to kind of get conditioned for the school year. And so met my circle there. And from that point, that was my social. That was my first like social group. That was my first everything. So, great foundation. I would say kind of just gave me the rundown of how state would be, where things were. Got accommodated very, very quickly. And from that point, I really wasn't just expecting much. I didn't know what to expect, so I wasn't just setting my sights on, this how it's gonna be, this how I'm gonna move, and this how I know, cause I'm knowing I don't know much, but if you know me for real, you know I'm gonna know it all. But at this point in time, I'm kind of naive, green as they'll call it, to some things, but trying to be on point, not letting nobody know, like, basically guarded. I'll say that, guarded. But I had a social group, like we was tight knit, we still tight knit, and so these are the guys and the people that I kind of went through my first, life experiences and just seeing things, witnessing things, seeing how people react to things, seeing how people go about situations. Everything, life happens. Like life happens, and during this time, I think the biggest wake up calls were I understanding the power of like the dollar, right? Like, bro, every dollar matter, every penny matter, right? When it's November and you done ran out of money, bro, because you didn't either ate out every day or indulge in habits and just not being aware, not checking your bank account on a day to day. Like I feel like you need to check your bank account when you wake up and when you go to sleep. Um, and then another wake up call was like everybody is seasonal, so like everybody not meant to be in your life. That was kind of like a realization that kind of became like, oh snap, this is what it looks like. This is what it means when they say everybody's in your life for a season. Everybody is literally in your life for a season, and you gotta kind of discern whether or not, okay, what I'm like. You gotta kind of pick what it is that I ain't gonna say pick what you think God is trying to tell you, because you really don't know. But you gotta kind of just go through it. But you gotta go through it with discernment. And so with that, you get the gift of hindsight, and hindsight just make you move a bit more calculated. It makes you think a lot more. It makes you sit still a lot more. So those were like my wake up calls. Those were kind of things that were kind of sinking into my mind as I began to get accommodated into school. And my mindset, I don't think my mindset shifted. I do think it took a hit when I changed my major from computer science engineering to business information systems, because like I said, if you know me, to know me is to know that I'm a know-it-all, and that I think like I'm very, very steadfast. Like whatever I got my sights on, that's what it is, and that's how it's gonna rock. God had to like show me, yes, this career path may be for you, but maybe I need you to go down this route. I need to put you over here so you can be around this type of teaching style, this type of crowd environment, these type of students. Cause I liked engineering. Engineering was cool, but I don't get it, man. It wasn't. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm wasting time. And so, um, the switch was kind of rough for me, because I thought I was gonna finish with computer science engineering on my degree, and you know, yeah, took a hit with that. So I'm like, I bet I got to alternate the plan. But then I'm realizing, okay, what I'm doing now isn't too much different from what I wanted to do with computer science engineering. I can still go down the same path. I'm taking some of the same classes, learning some of the same languages and some of the same skills. Not only that, I've been able to build a lot of connections and build a network over here. So, you take what you get. And so it kind of just shifted the way I look at everything now, because we can plan, but your plans are not his plans. And yeah, your plans aren't his plans, and you got to kind of understand that. To understand it is to like not stress over it, to not always wonder why, but kind of just have faith is what they call it, is what I call it. And yeah, my bad on reading, bro. The next segue. Okay. Balance is something I talked a lot about in the early seasons of General Thoughts with people like Goodlow, people like the BSA exec board, Macho. I always talk to them. I always ask them about balancing their extracurriculars, their outside endeavors with school and things of nature. And I always get different answers, but now that I'm kind of on the brink of, exiting school within the next year, I'm realizing that it's really not a balance. It's kind of like phases and seasons. Like it shifts. Um, I'm trying to see how I break down. All right, burnout is a thing. So to have a lot on your plate is like you can have a lot on your plate, but do you have the right things on your plate? Do these things serve you the way you serve them? Um, at one point, I think this was like sophomore coming into junior year. I was so involved in a couple of the endeavors I wasn't ready to pour into yet, or I don't think I don't think I understood really like okay what I was up for. You feel what I'm saying? Not to say I didn't like it, not to say I didn't gain anything from it, because I always kind of went with everything I had. But when you start to not have time for yourself at night, and you still gotta come and do homework, all right, and you still gotta like get up for the 8 a.m. Like, it's like, all right, dang, I ain't even got no time to just sit, be still, rest, take a nap, and like actually rest. It's one thing to take a nap and get up and go do something, but it's one thing to be able to like take a nap, get up, and like just let your body just be, let yourself just be, and let yourself sit in your thoughts and think. So you realize like you're becoming somebody that's just like pouring into other, but like you're not pouring into yourself. And I'm big on like, well, I was big on like, okay, I don't need nobody to pour into me. But then like, if nothing is pouring into you, then how are you? Where's your energy coming from? You feel what I'm saying? Where is your spirit being filled from? Where are you getting refilled from? Like, where are you recharging? You're not. So you just drain, and then it could be hard to notice it because you just going through the motions, and you just trying to get through the day, or you just trying to get through the week. You feel what I'm saying? Um, but I feel like you have to implement a time where you need to just be with you, and that comes with like saying no. In college, saying no is something that it could be hard for some people, especially when you don't want to miss out, you don't want to be socially awkward. You know what I'm saying? All those things. But nah, like say no, bro. I'm chilling. I'm cooling. I'm out the way. Take that time. It's important. Uh, yeah, man. Uh, I think mm, I put to share a defining moment that made me realize I was growing into the person I am today. A defining moment for me growing into who I am today would be, this is all off the rip. Like I didn't um practice this episode. I kind of just gave myself some points to hit as I started, and so now that I'm thinking, it'll probably have to be this past summer. Um, when I was doing Spark for the second time, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about myself. It was a very much reflecting time of the year. I was working my internship and doing Spark at the same time. So again, great things on my plate. It didn't feel like too much, but at the same time, I learned a lot about myself. And that kind of just shaped how I move as far as, again, taking that time for myself, sitting still, um, and making sure I'm okay with the man that I'm seeing in the mirror. If not, doing the necessary healthy things to, work on that. And a lot of that come with laying your pride down. Pride is the biggest thing, especially I know like for black men, especially when you come to college and like you one of the only ones that done did it in your family that done did it on the male side. I talk about that though. Like I'm not the first person in my family to go to college, but I'm the first like male to really just take it this far. And for me, I ain't gonna say I don't feel like my mama and them can't really teach me nothing, cause I'm at the point now where like I'm able to use everybody for I'm used. I'm at the point now where I can use everybody around me. So like everybody can teach me something, or try to learn something from everybody around me. I was big on in the beginning of college, like, all right, I hear what my mama saying, I hear what my auntie saying, but how does that apply to my circumstances? Or you know what I'm saying? Like always trying to complicate it, but realizing like, okay, bro, just take that and apply it whenever. And you can always apply. It may not be now, it might not be tomorrow, but everything they done told me, I've applied. You know what I'm saying? As I'm getting ready to head out, I'm like, dang, I have applied that, or this would have been the time to apply this. Um, but yeah, that was a defining moment for me. Summertime at Spark, like that was A1. Um, and yeah, man, I kind of had, yeah, I kind of had this thought, like, if I were to, all right, as I'm leaving, um, I want to kind of mentor somebody, right? And I've been like just saying, like, all right, I want to leave something for somebody that's coming down the path I'm coming on, or don't really know what to expect, but want to know, like, okay, how can I, be ready for what's to come. I always wanted to lead something to that, and I feel like this podcast is doing that. As 6 seasons, I try to do my seasons based off semester. So, like, I started my at the end of my first semester, and then boom, boom, boom. And so, hopefully, this is like a document in a timeline of like, okay, in year 1, 2, 3, 4, this is how this stuff, like, don't nothing really change. Like the challenges don't stop coming. Things just get mundane. But when things get mundane, it's okay. Like you gotta be grateful for the boring days. You gotta be grateful for the days that ain't nothing going on and you just chilling all day. Be grateful for them days, bro. Take them days to really just be and like be okay. Um, what else? I feel like the pressure of am I gonna get a job? Like it's kind of been eased off me. Being that like I've seen a plethora and a number of people that look like me go out into industry, get opportunities. Even myself, like being able to do a little bit of what I want to do in the work field as a student right now, that's kind of like a blessing in itself. And again, it goes back to like God has a way of showing you like how his plan is for you, how it works. Like I thought I was gonna go down the route I wrote in my journal. No, it's the same thing, but it's definitely not the route that I had in mind. And so, all that to say, man, it feels good to be almost done. I'm not just, I ain't waving the checker flag yet, but to come this far and to see the lights at the end of the tunnel, it's kind of like an encouragement to all of those that are unsure about this college route, unsure if it's, a great return on investment other than just money. Like, what can you gain from it, right? It's so much more you can gain from college than just, oh, I'm gonna go get this job and it's gonna pay out my student debt and I'm gonna be able to live well. Like, the people you meet, man, the people you meet in college, I feel like your network is better than all that. Like, if you ain't meet people, but you got a good job, like you didn't do what you were supposed to do. If you didn't leave any type of impact, if you didn't impact nobody, change nobody's life, at least one. It ain't got to be hundreds and thousands, but like one. That's also another thing. Like I've been wanting to find a way I could, some in some way or some form, steward or disciple somebody, mentor somebody before I leave. And so I think I've gotten the opportunity to do that with this project I have coming up that I'm working on and trying to get the ball moving on. And it's that even that, like the project I'm working on now, the way that has helped me reflect on, okay, there are so many different people I can lean on for resources, insight, help, right? I don't have to do things by myself. Um, Power of community in college, bro. The power of community is really like something that I didn't lean on the way I should have, but I am doing it now in this last year, and so I'm grateful for that hindsight and grateful for that reflection and grateful to be able to, bring people in on something that cannot only just benefit us. And I don't even think it's about benefiting us, because the people that I bring in, they aren't they aren't looking for self approval. We're looking for kind of like a way to change and be catalyst, change the community and be catalyst of that change. And so I've been able to do that these past 2 weeks, and I could have stressed out about it. I could have choose to get anxiety. I could have choose to not lean on people, tell people, hey, is there a way we can talk about these things? Maybe how I could go about it. But I've always been like, okay, find the answer. Keep finding the answer. Keep looking. And so I've done to keep looking, and things have always ended up in my favor. And I know that's not my fault, but that's just the man above. And so with that being said, I am going to leave y'all with that. Hopefully you did some reflecting as well. Hopefully you were able to relate in some way, shape, or form, identify with it in some shape or form, and take something from it. And I'm gonna come at y'all next time. Hopefully we'll have a guest. We'll be somewhere. I'm kicking it from where all the magic happens.